screen a quote from former Vice President Dick Cheney, talking about our role of leadership in the world, and get your thoughts on this. This is from the interview that James Rosen did. There have been a basic fundamental belief since the end of World War II, he says, that United States leadership in a world produces a far more peaceful, less hostile world and greater prosperity. He goes on to say it's going to take a lot to rebuild the damage that has been done over the past few years, because we've actively conveyed to the world that the notion this president has that we no longer believe that. What do you think about that, Ralph?
Well, I think that's essentially right. I do think the right president, the next president, really could make a marvelous difference if we get the right individual. But in the meantime, yes, there's no question that President Obama has done tremendous damage, and he's done it for a variety of reasons. One, I think because he's been in these left-wing milieu all of his life, I believe his worldview is farther to the left than even President Obama himself consciously realizes. Secondly, like a good little leftist, he never studied history. He never had an interest in it. He doesn't know it. So you see him making all these gaffes about the Crusades and all that nonsense. But if you do not know history, you are prey to the left-wing dogma that America is bad. And all you hear is, ooh, slavery, ooh, we dropped atom bombs, ooh, Vietnam, ooh, we support those Israeli imperialists. And I think that's really Obama's worldview, that America has done more harm than good. And as president, and I've said this before, but his greatest failing is that he's been unwilling and unable to learn in 6 years. This is a man who appears to have learned nothing, but obsesses on his original intent: close Guantanamo, rapprochement with Iran, respect Islam, etc. Jimmy Carter grew in office. This president hasn't, and it is costing us very dearly. Our image, as Vice President Cheney observed, has really plummeted around the world. We're no longer regarded as a really dependable ally, as a force. We're not regarded as courageous. And without being a bully or a monster or starting wars everywhere, as the left would have it, we have to be trusted by our allies.
Yeah,
we have to be feared by our enemies. And if we are not feared by our enemies, you get the world that Obama has created.
And as you say, and as the former Vice